If the king touched any human with his gloves, that person would instantly turn into a stone statue. Within days, he had transformed every beautiful girl on the island into stone. One day, a couple passed by and stopped to admire the statues. They looked so lifelike, as if they might come alive at any moment. Suddenly, the king appeared with a smile on his face. "I made all these statues myself," he said. "If you'd like, I can turn your girlfriend into a beautiful model too." Without a second thought, the girl believed him and agreed to go along. But something about the king's words didn't sit right with the boy. Just as he was about to follow them, he thought he heard a strange noise behind him. When he turned around, though, there was nothing but statues standing there, not a soul in sight. He figured he must have been hearing things. Meanwhile, the girl had already arrived at the palace and was happily enjoying a bath. Suddenly, she caught sight of a shadow in the water. A voice immediately warned her, "This place is extremely dangerous. You need to get out of here." The next moment, the shadow vanished. At that time, the boy was exploring the palace when he noticed a servant following him. He grabbed the servant and demanded, "Why are you following me?" The servant whispered, "The king here isn't the real king. He's an imposter. He has a pair of magic gloves that can turn people into statues." The servant continued, "If you don't believe me, go check out the room in the back." The next day, the boy quietly slipped into that room. Suddenly, he heard a cry of pain behind him. He spun around to find the servant he'd just met, now turned to stone. He grabbed a torch and discovered hundreds of statues lining the room, his heart filled with dread for his girlfriend. He raced toward the palace, but by the time he got there, the king had already transformed Lucy into a statue. Seeing her frozen figure, the boy stood there in shock as tears streamed down his face. Just then, the king appeared again, smiling as he said, "Now it's your turn." But the boy bolted. Unfortunately, he found himself cornered in a dead end. He yanked down a flagpole, ready to fight to the death. That's when the servant showed up just in time and distracted the king. Seizing the moment, the boy shoved the king off the balcony. The king desperately begged the boy to pull him back up, promising to lift the curse from Lucy. But then he tried to launch a sneak attack. The boy had seen it coming. He grabbed the king's wrist and forced him to touch his own forehead. The next second, the king turned into a statue himself and plummeted into the ravine, shattering into pieces. With the king's death, the magic was broken. Miraculously, all those who had been turned to stone came back to life.